justice and peace. The long-distance runners who stumble but never cease. We are the foot soldiers who always battle the beast from the start. We know many parts of the whole, heart to heart we grow.
Nancy Pelosi tells us that the U.S. Congress will never cut off funds for American troops while they are in harm's way. What does this mean? The logic here is completely twisted.
Yes! Thank you.
First, this statement might be defensible if American troops were defending themselves against an aggressor here in the United States. But the truth is that U.S. soldiers are the aggressor. Our troops have invaded Iraq. Congress, both parties of Congress, has approved billions of dollars for this war, for the American military to bomb cities, to kill civilians by the hundreds of thousands, to torture innocent people. This is aggression. The Iraqi people are the ones who are in harm's way. And when you attack people, and when you kill and torture them and their children, they will try to defend themselves, wouldn't you? U.S. soldiers are being shot at by people who are defending themselves from deliberate, sinister aggression. Therefore, protecting our troops is really quite simple. Get them out of harm's way. Get them out of Iraq immediately. Cut all funds for the war and bring the troops home now.
What do we want? Justice! Now! What do we want? Justice!
You can't hear you, so a little loud.
Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
The lies, the cost in human lives, the threat to civil liberties, the increase in xenophobia, all need a response of working people and their allies.
I'm a Kurdish Iraqi from the city of Kirkuk. As a Kurd, I knew what Saddam was doing, how they kicked us out of my city, but all that was done through the American policies and administration to make victims out of the Kurdish people and to use our suffering for invasion of further destruction of Middle East and other humanities. What has happened in Iraq is genocide. This is not a war. A war, two armies will fight each other. There have never been two armies.
We need to realize that this is not just a war in Iraq. This is a war in Afghanistan. This is a proxy war that is taking place in the Horn of Africa for the purpose of taking the resources so that U.S. imperialism and the appetite of the military-industrial complex can be filled.
It would be a dereliction of my duty as an elected representative of our government if we did not join hands in San Francisco and challenge any other municipality or any other state in the United States to also not rise up and say that how dare you siphon billions of dollars to an illegal war abroad while we have unmet needs here at home. And this just isn't about the Bush administration. It's about those who supported this unbelievable act that will go down in our history in this nation as one of the great crimes that occurred, but yet nobody was brought to justice for the criminal act itself. It is unfathomable that the Bush and Cheney have not been brought for impeachment hearings.
We're going to use all that income tax, helping the children grow. Pay for war no more. Now what? We ain't gonna pay for war no more. We ain't gonna pay for war no more. Ain't gonna pay for war no more.
are dying every day. We have people homeless while they're spending money eating goddamn cocktails and shit. We come out every few months to do something, but this is not enough. You people think about, oh, well, the Democrats are coming in. The Democrats won't do shit, male or female, African American or not. It's time for you to stop playing around and come into these per-minute things. Fuck what the government says. Leave your job. Come to the streets and let's fight for revolution. What we need to do is a general strike of old. There has never been a war that this government has fought for good. It's all for greed. This is about money.
U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace.
We cannot wait for the Democrats and Republicans to solve this problem. They are the ones who put us in this situation. If we want to end the war in Iraq, it's a very simple way to do it. We need to have a general strike. If longshoremen, if Teamsters, if airline pilots don't go to work, we shut the country down.
Question is, why are the Democrats restricting themselves to symbolic anti-war resolutions while committing to fund the war? The answer is also simple. These Democrats voted with the Republicans for this war of aggression, for grabbing Iraqi oil. These Democrats represent the same corporations as Bush and the Republicans.
Thank you so much for coming down and joining our picket line against a union-busting Republican donator, Terry McRae, the CEO of Alcatraz Cruises. We have a boycott and we want to shut the damn thing down. Now we know we can shut this down. I also know we could end this war in Iraq tomorrow if the organized labor movement wanted to. If the key sectors of industry in this country said, hell no, we are not going to work until those troops are home, that war would be over today. We wouldn't have to go begging to the politicians. We wouldn't have to be out on the streets. Working people have the power to end this war now, and we must try in every possible manner to convince all our brothers and sisters in the workplace, union and non-union, that we must use our power, because withholding our labor ultimately is the power that we do have.
Stop the war at home and stop the war abroad. In many ways, right here, Pier 3133, Terry McRae's hornblower operation, this represents as much as anything else the war at home. When I look out across our nation and I look out across the world and see what we have done, what has been done rather in our name, in the name of America and in the name of Americans, I feel shame, I feel sadness. When I look out at what's been done in the name of democracy, in the name of freedom, in the name of uplifting economic status, and what I see is warfare, what I see is impoverishment, and what I see is oppression and greed and favoritism to rich, connected people like Terry McRae here.
They want us to think that we have no power. We do have power. We just need to get up off our asses and use it. This is our country, let's take it back.
We are the resistors outside all the isms, brothers and sisters who defy all the prisms with our dreams and our visions.